All right, we're back. Looks like we had a little bit of a problem with the Wi-Fi connection there for a minute, so looks like things have ironed themselves back out here just in time. So we're just about ready to go. Collinsville and Alton, and we are underway. Start the clock, Todd. There you go. We'll be a couple of seconds behind. We'll be okay. All right, we are underway, and big thank you to Grace Kopinski over here operating the camera from the JV team. That team won this afternoon by a score of 2-0. So congratulations to the JV team. We're underway here in the varsity game, and we are just underway, as a matter of fact. So welcome in. I know we were supposed to have some softball for you today, but things have changed a little bit, so we're glad we're here on senior night as they recognized Claire Rindelman as well as Michaela Chrisman. Not recognized here tonight because she wasn't here is Madison Eisen. We understand she has a student council function or something like that, so she couldn't be here. So only two of them. Next year it's going to be a little different. I think they got 11 juniors on this year's team, so that's going to be a long senior night next year as play takes place. Collinsville trying to move it down the way. We are underway here in this big Southwestern Conference matchup. Collinsville, of course, the home team. They're dressed in all purple, trimmed in white, numbers in white on the front and the backs of their jerseys. The Alton Lady Redbirds, they are in white, numbers on the fronts and the backs are in red. Collinsville with a little offensive push here to get going. And Alyssa Tucker, who was on our last post-game show, the last time we were here and did that game against Belleville West, I think. Kicks that one all the way on the other side of the field. Alton will take over on the throw-in, but Collinsville's defense trying to pressure. Over there is Sarah Hensey. Hensey gets a foot on it, kicks it out of bounds. So Alton, once again, will have a throw-in restart here. It's going to come right in front of the Collinsville bench. Thrown down the line, and Collinsville will send it up the line and try to take over. Here is Siverly. That ball gets picked off of her foot, and the Alton Lady Redbirds bring it up. Here is Nacello. Nacello brings it up and gets it to Shrimp. Shrimp back over to Nacello in the middle. Tries to get around one Kahok, does so with a pass back to Cox. Cox sends the ball up, but there is Siverly to take care of any forward progress after that, and Collinsville begins the counterattack the other way. Hensey brings it up the near sideline. Now it's just shoved in the middle, and that's where Alton will take over once again. Over here to defender Summer Schleeper. Schleeper over to the sideline. That's where you'll find Morgan Rauscher. Rauscher sends the ball up for Maggie Evans, and Evans had that ball taken off of her foot by Alexi Munoz for Collinsville, out of bounds, so it'll be a throw-in restart here for Rauscher. Rauscher, near where they do the corner kick, will throw the ball back in. 37-15 left to play here in this opening period. In front, in the box, and Collinsville sends it out of the box. And then a kick that's going to go high and wide off of the foot of Tori Shrimp will mean Collinsville will get the ball back. Alton under their first-year head coach. Two first-year head coaches going at it here. Christy Girolamo for Collinsville and Gwen Sabo for Alton. Claire Rindelman sends the ball out. Sabo took over for Greg Nacello. As we mentioned, his daughter is out here playing. That was a one-year gig for Nacello, who was with the team for just the 17-18 season. But that after he served 1999 through 2013 as the girls' head coach. He went 135, 162, and 18 in that time, did Greg Nacello. Ball up, Collinsville trying to make some noise on the offense. Defense for the Alton Lady Redbirds sends it right back and off of a Collinsville player and out of bounds, so the Redbirds will get the throw-in restart right at the end of the Collinsville bench. Throw-in comes down onto the feet of Sydney Bruno. Sent up the line. Trying to chase it down is Maggie Evans. Evans does so. And trying to stay ahead of the play is Munoz. She's there along with Bella Hensler, who ends up knocking that ball out of bounds. 35-45 left to play here in this opening half. Nacello, by the way, took over for our very own Jeff Hayes, who is now the boys' JV coach for the Kahoks. Hayes was there for 3 years and went 33-19. Between Nacellos and Hayes, Laura Rodolfi coached 2 seasons, the 13-14 season and the 14-15 year, and went 13, 21, and 3. And since 1998, only one regional championship for the Alton Lady Redbirds. That came back in 2011 under Nasello when they went 11, 11, and 1. So wasn't a very stellar year record-wise, but they managed to turn it on when they needed to and won a regional championship. They're only one over the last 20 years, and you heard me mention earlier, they have never won a Southwestern Conference championship. Right now they're in second place, one game behind Edwardsville with just a week left to go in the regular season. Here is Maggie Evans for Alton, and Evans is going to get whistled for the infraction as she took out, I believe, Alyssa Tucker. Nope, that was Munoz. So Collinsville will get the ball back, and they'll work their way up the pitch here. 34 and a half to go in this opening half. Here is Faith Liljegren. Liljegren will send the ball over to Hensler. Hensler sends it up the line, but it's blocked out by an Alton head and comes into the middle. Trying to get there was Tucker. She couldn't. Alton gets a hold of it, sends it back up, and Maggie Evans trying to chase it down, trying to work herself around one of the Kahok defenders, gets it to Nasello. Nasello into the middle for Shrimp, and then Collinsville's defense will send it back out. Nice play there by Sydney Summer, the freshman for the Kahawks. She'll handle the throw-in. And comes in off Chrisman. Chrisman sends it right back to where it came from. And then off of the head of Liljegren, off of the chest of Chrisman, and back down. She'll send it right back to Sydney Summer. And Summer will send it up the sideline, but past Liljegren. She's trying to chase it down, kicks it right through the legs of Schleeper, and Liljegren has herself set up on the far left wing. She'll send it over to the right side, and Alton will send it on out. But it's picked up by Hensler. She'll put a shot toward the goal and right into the breadbasket of Addison Miller. Miller down there wearing the black leggings and the Dayglow green shirt. Claire Rindelman wearing all black, has gray on her sleeves and a little green on the sleeve as well, right around the elbow. Kahawks bring the ball back up. Here is Hensey. Hensey trying to send it up to Liljegren off of her and then back to her. She'll send it over onto the far side for Siverly. Siverly breaks it up that far right sideline to Liljegren. Liljegren will try to circle and get around her defender and look for a cross as Michaela Chrisman is standing right in the middle there waiting for it. Liljegren has two defenders behind her. She'll just stand there and trying to bank it off of the foot or the shin of one of the Alton Lady Redbirds in hopes of a corner kick, but instead it goes over the wrong line and comes back in on a shot, and another save there by Miller. Nice try there by Alyssa Tucker for Collinsville. A little bit more oomph on that shot. A couple of shots on goal for Addison Miller, and she's made a couple of saves. Hard to believe that these two teams have roughly played the same amount of games, 20. And Addison Miller has only faced 47 shots on goal in that time, while Rindelman has faced 122. It's a big difference. Here is Chrisman. Chrisman up the near side sideline into the purple area, and out front it goes. Oh, just missed there by Faith Liljegren. Now Siverly kicks one right off of the shins of Ufert, and then over on the far side, bodies run into each other. Whistle on the play. Collinsville will have a free kick from, I believe it's going to be a free kick, or is it going to be a throw-in? I don't know if they called a foul over there or not. I think it's just a throw-in. Could have been. Could have went either direction as the two bodies clanked off one another, and down they went. Here is Liljegren with the throw-in, trying to find Destiny Johnson, who just substituted into the game for the first time tonight. And there's a high pop fly, and caught in center field by Addison Miller. And we will get a goal kick restart here from the Alton sophomore goalkeeper. Collinsville trying to track it down at midfield. They do so. Well, almost made it to Paige Bauer, but couldn't quite get there. And Sydney Summer comes over, tries to take the ball away from Rauscher, but nothing doing there. Rauscher with a throw-in. Collinsville sends it right back out. 30 and a half to go here in this first half. No score yet between Collinsville and Alton. JV team won their game 2-0. Collinsville trying to avenge a loss in overtime back on April the 2nd, a 2-1 win by the Alton Lady Redbirds. Throw in once again coming from Rauscher. Throws it over everybody's head, and it goes across the inline, so Claire Rindelman will have a chance at a goal kick restart here for the Kahawks. Let's go ahead and thank some of our sponsors while we have a moment. How about Pace Design and Construction in Maryville? Whether building a new home, making an addition to the home you currently own, or finally getting around to that remodeling job you've been putting off, Pace Design and Construction in Maryville can help. Pace Design and Construction is a building and remodeling contractor that you can trust. They provide the highest quality. They are dedicated to their customers and are committed to completing your project on time and within budget. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Give them a call at 618-407-5466 or online at pacedesignconstruct.com. Kahawks trying to work the ball up. 0-0 through the first 10 minutes of this first half, and a pass that's going to get a little bit too much juice on it. Past Michaela Chrisman, and it rolls right to Addison Miller, and she'll scoop it up and send it back out. We will be here 1 week from tonight as Collinsville takes on Edwardsville in the very last game of the regular season. Kahawks send the ball back up. Defense holds tough, not allowing much in the way of offensive pressure. Here is Hensler. Sends it over onto the far sideline for Liljegren. Liljegren stops right at the midfield stripe and gives it up to Hensey, who gives to Hensler, who sends it up the line. Sent back out toward midfield, trying to fight for it over there is the freshman Sydney Summer. Ball ends up going out of bounds. And Alton will have a throw in once again from in front of the Collinsville bench. Another substitution coming up here for Collinsville first. Alton made their first substitution. Did you say 17? Oh, that's the one that okay, she's down as 22. Yeah. All right, Amy Patton's in. I had her down as 22, but apparently she's wearing 17. Had to check that out first. Lady Redbirds trying to control it at midfield. They'll send it up. Collinsville will send it right back. Kahawks trying to wrestle it away there at midfield. Faith Liljegren had it end up going off of her and right underneath the Alton bench. So a throw in this time for Alton in front of their own bench. 27 minutes left to go here in this first half. Collinsville trying to get it out defensively, but somehow or another just keeps on banging off bodies and staying down there in the Alton offensive zone. But now they clear the area, do the Kahawks, and then they send it right back in, does the Alton defense. Here is Munoz. Lexi sends the ball back up to midfield. It gets past the Alton defense. And they'll turn, try to get it around Johnson, and Cox will send it back in the other direction. Trying to chase it down for the Alton Lady Redbirds is Amy Patton, who just came into the game, but Munoz will get there first and send the ball across the sideline here, so another throw-in. Morgan Rauscher will handle that as well. Throws it in right off of one of her teammates onto the foot of one of the Collinsville players, and that teammate, Tori Shrimp, gets a whistle, so Collinsville will get a free kick, albeit from about 90 yards away from the goal occupied by Addison Miller. Paige Bauer puts a boot into it, sends it up past midfield. Picked up by the Alton Lady Redbirds. Here is Maggie Evans. Evans almost got her pocket picked from behind by Siverly, and then a nice job by Summer to bank that right off of the opposing number 18, Maggie Evans. So now the Kahawks number 18, Sydney Summer, throws the ball in off of a body all the way out to midfield. Alton's defense sends the ball up all the way over on the far side. Grace Kane trying to chase it down. She couldn't. As Collinsville makes another couple of substitutions. Hinsey goes out. Chrisman goes out. Boluli comes in. And can't tell. Too far away. Alyssa Tucker came back in. From all the way over here to all the way over there, a 10 looks like an 11. You know how they make the 10s now with the 0 without much space. Look at Alex Paz over there showing us some soccer skills, huh? Here's Destiny Johnson. She settles down a ball on the sideline, and then it's sent back up by Hensler and picked up by Alton, and then Hensler will send the ball back into the Alton bench. Throw-in coming here for the Alton Lady Redbirds in front of their own bench with 24:20 left to play here in this first half. Alton sends the ball up, and Collinsville off of a body, but it comes right down onto the foot of Rauscher. Now the Kahawks having a little trouble picking the ball up and getting it out of the box, and there's Rindelman to take care of the rest of it. A slow roller right to her with 24 minutes to play here in half number 1. After this, Collinsville has a game at O'Fallon. That'll be next week on the 7th, and then that'll be Thursday, last game here against Edwardsville, which we'll have for you. I think I have a game every day next week now since the schedule has messed with the baseball and the softball schedule so much. Ball gets right past Schleeper and picked up by Johnson, and then Schleeper will send the ball out of bounds. Collinsville will have a throw-in, and that will be handled by Yosa Baluli. She'll throw it in right at the feet of Johnson. It goes right between her legs, and Alton will send the ball back upfield. But there is Bauer to stop that progression. But then Bauer had the ball bounce off of her shin and out of bounds, so a throw-in coming once again from Rauscher. As soon as she can find a ball. There's one. Finally stopped raining. It was raining when I got here. It was raining when I went on the field to do the pregame interview, and then it stopped. For how long? Who knows? It needs to stop for days because I think it's going to take probably till Monday for those baseball and softball fields to dry up. But then Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week, guess what, kids? More rain in the forecast. I feel like Noah's Ark is going to come down the highway any day now. Free kick coming up here for the Alton Lady Redbirds right at midfield. Sent right inside the front line of the box, but kicked back out of there by Collinsville on a header. And now the Kahawks trying to settle the ball down and move it upfield. They settle it down by, well, they'll kick it out of bounds. That was Baluli trying to get the ball up to Summer, but put too much on it. So another throw in for Rauscher. And she'll throw it right onto the head of Hensler for Collinsville. And then comes right back to Rauscher. Collinsville intercepts. Now Michaela Chrisman, who checked back into the game, will circle with it right on top of the midfield circle and send the ball up, trying to find Liljegren, but led her just a little bit too far. Coming up with the loose ball is Eufert, and she has that ball kicked away from her by Liljegren. And another throw-in will come in between the benches here for Alton. Sent back out again. This time it's going to belong to Collinsville. Throw-in coming from in front of the Alton bench to midfield, and Chrisman gets kicked. It was an accidental kick going for the ball, but nevertheless it was a kick, so Collinsville's turn to get a free kick from midfield. And this one will be handled by Alyssa Tucker. Nope. Yep. Okay. Just making sure. Free kick, Kahawks, midfield on the way. Stays on that sideline and headed forward by the Alton Lady Redbirds. And there's Paige Bauer to make sure it doesn't go any farther back except for a pass to her teammate Summer. Summer circles and will send it back to Lexi Munoz. Munoz sends the ball up. Alton Lady Redbirds take care of it for a second, but then a slow roller comes out, and sliding out to make the save is Addison Miller before Chrisman could get there to put on a shot. Just about halfway through half number one. Let's go ahead and thank some more of our sponsors. How about Chapman Trucking LLC? Chapman Trucking is a local Collinsville business owned and operated by 1994 Collinsville graduate Christy Chapman. With over 9 years of experience, Chapman Trucking LLC can take care of all of the heavy lifting when it comes to hauling aggregate materials such as sand, driveway rock, dirt, boulders, and more. That includes getting your heavy work equipment to your work site where it needs to be. Give Christy a call for a free estimate. Chapman Trucking, 618-960-9346, or online, chapmantruckingllc.net. Kahawks at midfield. You're past the midway point of the first half. Here is Liljegren breaking in on the right wing, looking and sending it in the middle to Chrisman off of her head and just wide of the net, as Addison Miller made her way over to that far post. So Collinsville, another quality opportunity there. And a goal kick restart going to be handled here by Callista Cox for the Alton Lady Redbirds. All the way out to midfield. Bauer uses her head and puts it back up into the offensive zone, and then off of the head of Ufert for Alton and into the Collinsville bench. Throw in coming. Comes up to Chrisman. Chrisman sends it over to Tucker. Ball got away from her, and Alton picks it up and sends it back down the field the other direction. Here is Munoz. That was a hip check over there. Got a little hockey action breaking out here in this soccer game. Was that Maria Voss? Put that body into Hensler? I believe it was. Throw in coming from Collinsville, though. Speaking of hockey, that wasn't very fun to watch last night, especially the first two periods. Blues picked it up in the third, but one of those too little too late things. Come back home tomorrow. All-important game number 5. Win that one. Go back to Dallas on Sunday and close it out. That's what's going to happen, right? Right. Here's Alyssa Tucker. Tucker with a nice job feeding it up the middle and picked up there by Paige Bauer. Bauer was trying to find Chrisman, but sent it a little too far. And then it comes back into the defensive zone, sent up to Baluli. Baluli trying to find her way around Taylor Freer, who's into the game for the first time. Now Destiny Johnson trying to get in on the action, and now we get a whistle. And it's going to be a foul against Alton, so Collinsville will get another free kick from midfield, this time on the near side instead of the far side. This one going to be handled by Paige Bauer. Bauer, she's ready to go. Sends it up in front off of the chest of one of the Alton players toward the sideline, and Baluli trying to turn the corner and take over. Forgot to take the ball with her on that last step, but it's sent out of bounds by the Alton Redbirds, and Collinsville will have a throw-in over here on this near side sideline. It's going to be handled by Sydney Summer. Summer off of the head of Baluli and into the box just on the left side, and then back out. Alton Lady Redbirds send the ball back up, trying to find some offense. Here is Grace Kane. Kane sends the ball up with 16.5 minutes to go here in this first half. Munoz will just send it back to Rendelman. Then Rendelman will send it over here for Sydney Summer, the freshman. She'll send it up toward the middle. Michaela Chrisman puts on a nice move to get around Freer. Chrisman on the move. Freer catches up with her. Chrisman stays with it. Tries to turn that left-hand corner. Brings it up into the box. Puts one toward the goal, but it's off of the shin of Freer, and Collinsville will pick up this game's first corner kick. What? That was not off of Chrisman. I was watching the play the whole way and explaining it the whole way, so I think they got the wrong call there, but nevertheless, the Alton Lady Redbirds will have a goal kick restart here. Hinsey checks back into the game for Collinsville. Baluli to the bench. Off of the head of Bauer, and Hinsey trying to chase it down, but instead Sophie King just lets it go out of bounds. So a throw in here for Taylor Freer. 15-15 to play. First half action. No score between Collinsville and Alton. Big Southwestern Conference battle here between these two schools. Collinsville, a 0-0 tie last night with Triad. And so far a 0-0 game here with Alton. Kicked out of bounds by the Alton Redbirds, so a throw-in coming from Chrisman. And now we get a whistle beforehand, and it's going to be a push from behind by one of the Kahawks. So a free kick coming here for the Alton Lady Redbirds from way downtown. Freer throws it in. It's a high pop fly, and two of her teammates run into each other. And now Collinsville will get the ball back. Summer with a throw-in. Off of the head of Freer, and then off of the head of Huffman to Michaela Chrisman. And Chrisman gets it back to her teammates. Here is Voss. Voss sends the ball up into the box. It bounces around. It'll find Hinsey. Hinsey on the left wing, trying to get around her defender. Sends it up to Huffman, who will send it back to Tucker. Now Bauer gets in on the fun. And we'll send it right back to Hinsey. Hinsey sends it back into the middle to Voss. Voss will send one toward the goal, and it's going to be caught by Addison Miller so far. Every save that Miller has had to make almost has landed right in the breadbasket. 13.5 minutes to go here in this first half. Goal kick restart coming up here from Addison Miller. To midfield and then out. We will be back here in this stadium Saturday. We'll be here all day. We have the boys track and field meet, Collinsville Invitational. 32 teams will be competing in track and field events that get underway at 9 o'clock with the field events over in the field area in the school. And then the running events will get underway at 10 o'clock. We'll be here for all of it, off and on kind of, sort of. We cannot, of course, have our equipment over there where they do the shot put and the discus, so I'll go over there with my phone and we'll take some footage and plug it into the laptop and play that for you at some point during the track events. That'll be Saturday morning. I expect we'll be on the air sometime around 10 o'clock. I have to get over there and do some recording with the phone before I come over here and fire everything up. And it looks like the weather may cooperate with that day as well. Looking for a little rain early in the morning and then cloudy skies. High temperatures only going to be 66, which is perfect for all the athletes out here. Not too hot. Here is Lexi Munoz. She'll send the ball back up to midfield, and Siverly has it roll off of her and right onto the leg of one of the Alton Lady Redbirds, and they'll send it all the way down. Munoz sends it up that far sideline. Gets past a bunch of people, but then Alton will send it back into the defense. And here is Freer. Freer right at the midfield circle. Sends it on to the foot of Megan Zini. Zini sends it down. Here is Summer, and she banks it off of one of the Lady Redbirds' legs, and Collinsville will have a throw in all the way down near the corner kick area. Off of the head of Destiny Johnson and moved back up. Tori Shrimp moves it back over to Zini. Now onto the foot of Cox. Cox will send the ball up, far sideline, and it's going to go past everybody and across that line and out of bounds. Collinsville once again will have a throw in. Need to bring it all the way downfield. Let's thank the city of Collinsville. You can check out the City of Collinsville's Facebook page for information on upcoming events within the city, and they have a few of those. How about May the 26th, Memorial Day block party and fireworks. This is a first for Collinsville, the first annual block party to get the summer started with a bang. Live music, food, games, and more. That's from 4:30 to 9, and fireworks start at 8:30. And then The Movies on Main will get underway on June the 15th with Mary Poppins Returns, and the following week on the 22nd with Hotel Transylvania 3. More information can be had www.collinsville.org. Here is a corner kick coming up. This time I am right, as Faith Liljegren sent that one right off of the shins, I believe, of Cox. And Collinsville will indeed have their first corner kick, and it'll be handled over on the far side by Alyssa Tucker. Tucker, ready to go. On that far side post, Destiny Johnson. It's out toward the middle. Paige Bauer off of her body comes out the other side. Trying to pick it up is Hinsey. She does so. Moves the ball up to Voss. Voss had that ball kicked right past her chin. And all the way downfield, Munoz will just send the ball back to Claire Rindelman. Rindelman will then send it back over to Munoz. Munoz sends the ball up to midfield, off of a head for one of the Alton players, and down it goes. Alton trying to take it over. They do so. Here is Nasello. She leads her team with 12 goals on the year. A bunch of girls in second place on that list for Alton with 4 goals, 3 of them. Bruno, Evans, and Rauscher. Collinsville, Johnson, and Liljegren lead their team in the goal department, each with 5. Throw in coming here for Collinsville. 8:40 left to play here in this first half. Scoreless first half. That ball ping-pongs around a couple of players' ankles before it's picked up by Schrimpf. Chased by Johnson, but she couldn't get there. Now Collinsville with the ball over on the far side. And off of an Alton player. Throw in coming here for Bella Hensler. Hensler throws it up to Liljegren, and then it's sent right back to where it came from. Saw Katie Knutson here in uniform today and taking part in the pregame warm-ups. So I talked to Mom and asked her if she was cleared to play, and she says not yet. No contact for another week. Maybe, just maybe, she might get back in time for the Edwardsville game 1 week from tonight. Get herself one game in before the playoffs begin. Here is a lead pass for Liljegren. She cuts in from the side, sends it up, but it never did make it to the goal. Nice defensive play there. I believe that was Cox on the other side, and it goes across the end line. And Collinsville will have another corner kick here. That was a nice play, though, by the senior Calista Cox for the Alton Lady Redbirds because Liljegren had some room. Collinsville with a corner kick. They decide to pass and then shoot. Man, it goes behind the net. Pass up the far sideline, right back to the corner kicker, if you will, and then the shot just ends up going off of the foot of the Kahok player and out of bounds. 7 minutes left to go here in this first half. Goal kick restart being handled here by Cox for Alton. Alton, of course, beat Edwardsville last week in a game that was mired on a little controversy as they only got to play the first half before the weather moved in and they didn't get to complete the second half. Players from Edwardsville thought that they would meet at a later date and finish up the game, but according to the IHSA rules, once one half has been completed, you can call it a game. So Alton had the lead, and thus they win the game. The only Southwestern Conference loss on the year for Edwardsville. We're hoping to hand them their second one a week from tonight. If somebody else doesn't do it before then, because I'm sure that the Tigers are playing tonight and probably Tuesday. We're stuck in a 0-0 tie here with 6 minutes to go. In half number 1, Alton sends the ball up. And it's going to be too far for anyone to get to, so it'll be a goal kick restart here for Claire Rindelman with 5:45 left to go. Alton, by the way, scoring 1.7 goals a game while giving up less than 1, 0.85. Collinsville came into this game scoring 1.2 while giving up 1.2. Defense has been the name of the game for Alton, I guess. That would be very evident considering that Addison Miller has only faced 47 shots this year. She's faced more in this game than has her counterpart Claire Rindelman has, though, as Collinsville has had more offensive zone time. Here's a bouncing ball at midfield and touched a little bit by Liljegren. Thought it was going to be enough to put it on the foot of Destiny Johnson, but then the defense chips in. Nice job by Munoz to Johnson to Faith Liljegren, and Liljegren barely even touched Freer, and Freer went down. I think Freer just tripped over her own foot, but Liljegren was right there, so they blew the whistle. And Cox with another free kick here. This one from about 85 yards away from Claire Rindelman. It's on the way and touched by a Kahok, and Collinsville tried to get the ball to go back the other way, but they couldn't. But now the Kahawks will get the ball back, and it'll be a throw-in coming up here for Summer. That was a nice throw-in off of the head of Freer, and it takes a Collinsville bounce, but there is Zini to send it back up, all the way up to the midfield circle, and then all the way over on the far side with a pass. That was a nice pass there by Bruno. Now back to the Collinsville defense. Munoz will send the ball up to Henze. Henze has a little room and will send it into the box, but Faith Liljegren, no way she was going to get there first. 3.5 to go here in this first half. Popped up at midfield. Let's thank my buddy Peyton Blaylock while we have a moment. Peyton is with Keller Williams Marquee Real Estate, and you can trust the Blaylock team if you are buying a new home or selling your current one. You can trust them with all of your real estate needs. If you buy or sell with the Blaylocks, they will donate $200 to your favorite Kahok Booster Club. You can call Peyton or Emily Blaylock today. 780-4622 is their number, of course, 618 area code, 780-4622, or online, www.blaylockteam.com. Throw-in comes for Alton, near sideline. That was touched out of bounds by Destiny Johnson, I think. Nope, they're going to say it was put out of bounds by the Alton player. So here is Henze with a throw-in to Johnson. Back to Henze. Back to Johnson. Johnson trying to dribble her way out of a double team of defenders there. Up the sideline it comes, and Summer lets it go out of bounds and will handle the next throw-in and gets it up to Destiny Johnson. But the Alton defense will find the ball and send it back into the Collinsville defense, and Munoz will just send it back to Claire Rindelman. Rindelman with 2:10 left will send it over to the sideline, but just past Munoz and out of bounds. Barely. Summer tried to get there. Munoz was cutting in the other way. Throw-in comes for the Alton Redbirds, and then it is off of the head of Summer and out of bounds, so another throw-in coming, and this one will be handled by Rauscher near the corner kick area. Rauscher with 1:45 left. Throws that one a little bit over the head of Nacello, but it ends up finding the feet of Shrimp. And Alton, Cox will send it over to the far side. And then Collinsville's defense intercepts. Kahawks shoot the ball up past midfield. 3 defenders back there. Only one forward for Collinsville, and that ball rolls all the way back to Miller. Syverly was the only one back for Collinsville. Now Chrisman will come in. Oh, banks one right off of Cox, and Miller will come out before Chrisman could have a chance to get there to put a shot on goal. Well, I tell you what, that was a nice plan, and just a little bit less of a bank shot off of those shins, and it wouldn't have made it as far as it did, and Chrisman may have had a quality shot on goal. We're under a minute to go here in this first half. No score. As Alton works the ball up, heads toward that far side sideline, and it'll be put out of bounds by Alton. Collinsville will throw the ball up, and Alton will send it right back to where it came from, but it goes into the box. And luckily for Collinsville, Maria Voss was in the right place at the right time. She sends it up into the midfield area with 20 seconds left to play here in this first half. Here is Freer. Sends it to Cox in the middle for the Alton Lady Redbirds. Cox sends the ball up, and Voss there once again to send it right back. Alton Lady Redbirds and your Collinsville Kahawks will play to a 0-0 first half tie. And that will bring us into our halftime show, and that is brought to you by my friends at Cafe Agape in Collinsville. Nachos, burgers, way too many sides to list, a host of other wonderful menu items to choose from. Cafe Agape also offers catering service as well as delivery of some of the best homemade food in the area at their location on St. Louis Road or at Columbus Plaza. They're over by the middle school. Give them a call today, 345-CAFE. That is 345-2233. We will scour the internet. I'm sure the only thing we're going to find is soccer action. All baseball and softball games probably have gone by the wayside here on this Thursday, May the 2nd. So we'll see what we can find for you, and we'll pass it along to you next on the Kahoks Sports Network.
Agape in Collinsville. Cafe Agape serves up delicious sandwiches, burgers, steaks, pulled pork, and the Collinsville favorite, the steak and onion sandwich. Cafe Agape has weekly lunch and dinner specials with pork steak Wednesdays, meatloaf Thursdays, and fish every Friday. Cafe Agape also offers catering service, and you can get Cafe Agape delivered now through the to-go delivery app. Cafe Agape is open Monday through Friday from 11 to 7, and they're located at 703 St. Louis Road in Collinsville, or call 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Agape in Collinsville. Cafe Agape serves up delicious sandwiches, burgers, steaks, pulled pork, and the Collinsville favorite, the steak and onion sandwich. Cafe Agape has weekly lunch and dinner specials with pork steak Wednesdays, meatloaf Thursdays, and fish every Friday. Cafe Agape also offers catering service, and you can get Cafe Agape delivered now through the to-go delivery app. Cafe Agape is open Monday through Friday from 11 to 7, and they're located at 703 St. Louis Road in Collinsville, or call 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233.
Once again, we welcome you back to the Cafe Agape halftime show. I've got nothing. There's nothing going on that score stream. The only thing I can find on there is all of yesterday's baseball and softball scores and last night's 0-0 tie between Collinsville and Triad. So either the score stream people have taken the day off, or we are the only game in town today. So I do apologize. Well, it is what it is. So we'll take a break and come back and bring you second half action between Collinsville and Alton in just a little bit here on the Kahoks Sports Network.
Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, and accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs, sauces, and they donate 25 cents of each unit sold to first responder and military organizations that focus on providing aid to the fallen, suicide prevention, and PTSD awareness. Stop on by, see the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place world champion Patriot sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at code3spices.com.
Once again, we welcome you back into the broadcast booth here at Kahok Stadium on the campus of Collinsville High School. Glad that you're with us. 1-1 in the books and no score between Collinsville and Alton. I am Todd Duke alongside Grace Kopinski on the camera on the JV team. JV team won 2-0 here earlier. And the Lady Kahoks, after 40 minutes, no score. After 80 minutes last night, no score. So 120 minutes of soccer here for your Lady Kahok soccer team, and they're still looking for a goal here. See if it can happen here in this half. As we switch ends of the field, Collinsville will be trying to score into the goal, occupied by Addison Miller on our right. Claire Rindleman, occupying the goal to our left. Referee takes one last look. Alton will get the ball to start off the second half. Which begins now. Well, that was exciting stuff, wasn't it? It's like waiting around for the start of a horse race while the horses are all standing in the gates. Raring to go. Here's Collinsville trying to break out front here early on. Here's Chrisman coming in from the left wing, and that ball is going to end up going across the line. She left it a little bit too far. Did Michaela Chrisman. Underway here in half number 2. Goal kick restart coming up here, handled once again by the defense for the Alton Lady Redbirds. They will send it up to midfield. Paige Bauer off of her head, and then right off of the back of the head of Maggie Evans. That was a double noggin knock. Syverly comes up and finds herself a loose ball. We'll send it over here to this near side sideline for Hensey. Hensey sends it up into the box. It's sent right back out, so a throw-in restart coming up here for the Lady Kahawks. This one will be handled by Bella Hensler. Hensler right into Faith Liljegren. Liljegren gets around her defender, and then with a little reverse back kick, tries to get the ball back, and then has it sent over the end line. So Liljegren now with the throw-in. Or not the end line, the sideline. And then back it goes to Hensler. She'll pop one up inside the box and then over to the side. And the Alton Lady Redbirds trying to stop it from going across the end line, but they couldn't. So Collinsville will have a corner kick here. 38-20 left to play here in this second half. No score between Collinsville and Alton. And the Kahawks will pick up their first corner kick here in the second half, and it'll be Destiny Johnson. She'll send it right in front off of the chest there of Bauer, and it goes right back to Destiny Johnson. She'll send it back up again. Goes right past Bauer this time. Faith Liljegren there on the other side, but she got taken away with a little bit of a body check there by the Alton Lady Redbirds, and Alton will send it all the way up, and Munoz will send it all the way back to Rindleman. Rindleman sends the ball up. Collinsville trying to work together a little offensive push once again, but Alton will thwart that. And there's Grace Kane. Kane sends the ball back out to midfield, and it's picked up here by Eufert. Trying to send the ball up. That one ends up going hard off of the chest of Beller Hensler, man. That one kind of felt that one almost. Whistle against Collinsville. Free kick coming up here for the Alton Lady Redbirds. That was a thud. Right close to that collarbone there of Hensler. Here is Cox with the free kick from midfield. We've had a few of those from midfield today. It's on the way. It's going to be short. It's going to fall short of the box area, and it'll ping-pong around a couple of bodies for a moment. Popped up, and Summer over there trying to take care of it. She can't. falls down to Maria Voss. She'll pop it back up. And Alton, a little dangerous down here, trying to find some wiggle room in front of the box and send a shot on the goal. But Collinsville's defense is there to thwart that opportunity. Here is Zini for the Alton Lady Redbirds. Sends it back up, then gets it right back. Sends it into the circle. Put back onto the foot of Ufert. She'll send it back over to Cox. Cox being watched by Liljegren will send the ball up, and Voss will send the ball back off of the head of Siverly to Hensey, who gets it up to Liljegren. Liljegren will send it back to Siverly. Siverly gets around one defender, brings it up the sideline, and threads it right past a couple of defenders. Trying to race in there is Destiny Johnson. She does get there first, and then it's sent across the sideline by the Alton Lady Redbirds, and the Kahawks will have a throw in here. Throw in comes down for Destiny Johnson, but it's kicked right back to where it came from by the Alton Lady Redbirds. So Liljegren will have another throw in here with 35.5 to go. Here in half number 2, another throw in. It was going to try to find Hensey, but it is kicked off of Hensey's legs and out of bounds across the end line. So a goal kick restart coming up here for the Alton Lady Redbirds, and once again, it'll be one of their defenders that will handle that responsibility. Cox sends the ball uprange off of Siverly. Collinsville trying to keep the offensive pressure on. That ball goes out of bounds off of one of the Collinsville players. Alex Paz over there, once again, trying to be as helpful as he can. Showing off those soccer skills. To Liljegren. Out of bounds again. Liljegren will throw it in. Do so to Destiny Johnson. Johnson tries to leave it for Liljegren, but left it too far. And it goes across the end line once again. And once again, we will have a Callista Cox goal kick restart coming up. And it'll give us a chance to thank some more of our sponsors. How about the Collinsville Education Association? The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website, collinsvillecea.org. The Redbirds bring it up off of Siverly. Siverly sends it right back through the middle and all the way down to Addison Miller. Redbirds right through midfield. Trying to penetrate that Collinsville defense, and that is stopped by Alexi Munoz. Over on the far side here is Chrisman. Chrisman has the ball go off of one of the Alton players and out of bounds, so Collinsville will have a throw in right in between the two benches. As Siverly heads off. Ball comes down. Paige Bauer over there sent that ball out of bounds, so Alton whistle on the play was a foul, actually. So Alton will have a free kick here. A little bit farther away from midfield than the last one. About 70 yards away. Kick on the way. It's deep. Going to go right to the right side of the box, and that's a nice save for Collinsville to keep that ball from going across the end line and giving Alton a corner kick, and then Collinsville gets a hold of it and sends it across the sideline for a throw-in. I believe that was Hensler who took care of that. Now it comes in front, and a shot that was partially blocked and bounces up into the arms of Rendelman before it really even had a chance to get to her. So Rendelman will handle the goal kick restart here for Collinsville all by herself. And I believe that was off of an arm, so A handball called. Collinsville will have a free kick from about 45 yards away. We saw Hensey, I believe, score a goal from here the last time we were at this stadium. Well, this is against Collinsville, though. I forgot we were in the second half. Ball on the way, and this one's going to go well wide. And past Rundleman on her left side. And she will have another goal kick restart here. Rindleman sends it up, but right off of the body of Evans. Collinsville gets it back. Nice move by Bella Hensler. She'll send it back over to Munoz, who sends it up to Bauer. Now over onto the far side. That is Summer. Summer sends it up the sideline, but out of bounds. So another throw in coming for Alton right in front of the Collinsville bench. Right down onto the ground to Shrimp, and that ball ends up being whistled dead. Collinsville will have a free kick here from a long ways away. Bauer will take it. Maybe. Summer over there as well. But Bauer will take it and send it past midfield into the offensive zone for Collinsville, and the Kahawks will try to make their move. Couldn't quite find the feet of Hensey, though. Now it comes up for Nasello. Nasello does a good job getting past Munoz, and now Nasello will try to thread the needle, and Collinsville's defense does a nice job getting that ball back, and an even better job by Bella Hensler to send that one off of the shins of Evans. And then Evans got away with a little shove down there of Hensler right as they were going out of bounds. Hensler. Whistle. And back to the defense here for Collinsville. See that head coach Joe Munoz resigned, or is going to resign, after winning back-to-back boys state championships in basketball over at Belleville West. The former Kahok going out on top. 29 minutes left to go here in this second half. No score. No one has really come close. Redbirds send the ball back up to midfield. It's past Nasello. Collinsville's defense trying to take over. They'll send it out of bounds. It'll belong to Alton once again. Throw in right from midfield, right between the two benches. Out of bounds again. And Kahawks ball. Syverly with the throw in and sent right back out by the Alton Lady Redbirds. Another throw in comes up the sideline, and Collinsville will take over and send the ball up right through the legs of Destiny Johnson. And then Cox will take care of it, sending it back up for the Alton Lady Redbirds. Popped up into the air and into the midfield circle. Voss couldn't get there, but Tucker does. Gets the ball up to Liljegren, who brings it over here for Hensey. Hensey cuts across the middle, gives it back to Liljegren, and Liljegren puts a shot toward the goal. Not sure if she was trying to do that or trying to give it a little side kick over to Destiny Johnson, who is breaking up the right wing here. Nevertheless, Miller will send this one out herself, not very far. Goes out to midfield off of the head of Voss. Voss trying to fight for ground, and her and Bruno trying to fight over the same piece of real estate. Whistle on the play will give the ball back to Collinsville. Throw in coming here from Paige Bauer. Bauer sends it up the near side sideline. Destiny Johnson trying to just tap it down onto the feet of Hensey. Got too much of it and sent it out of bounds instead. Redbirds throw the ball in. Off of the head of Kane to Hensey for a second. And then the ball off of one of the Alton Redbirds and out of bounds. Collinsville will have a throw in. Hensey throws it on and almost got it right back. Now she will. She almost did again. Excuse me. And now Hensler goes down. She'll get back up over on the far side. Siverly will keep the ball heading in the right direction until it meets Cox there for Alton. And now over on the far side, Michaela Chrisman trying to wrestle the ball away from a couple of defenders. It'll be kicked out of bounds. Collinsville will have a throw in from the far side. 25-45 left to play here in this scoreless second half. Scoreless game, for that matter. Down to Siverly it comes. Siverly tries to send it back to where it came from, and Alton will send it across the line, and it'll be off of a Kahok body, and it'll be another goal kick restart coming up here for Madison Miller and her Alton Lady Redbirds. Let's thank Metro East Roofing and Guttering. Had some hail in the area on Tuesday, so you might want to give Metro East Roofing and Guttering a call. They're locally owned and operated, have been since 1987 by brothers and Kahok alums, Tony and Corey Jones. Metro East Roofing and Guttering. They can help with your roofing, guttering, and siding needs. Located at 1231 Lebanon Road in Collinsville, down by the bus depot. Metro East Roofing and Guttering is the hometown company you know and trust. You can give them a call at 618-345-5679 today for your free estimate. And you can go on Facebook and look them up there at Metro East Roofing and Guttering. 24-40 left to play here in this second half. No goals, and more importantly, no injuries. Means we have not had a stoppage in play at all during this game, except for halftime. Here is Voss sending it on up. A little chip shot goes into the box, chasing it down. Destiny Johnson trying to get there, but Zini got there first. Zini comes away with the ball and then sends it up the sideline herself, but it's picked up there by Siverly, and then Siverly gets taken down on the play. And Collinsville will have a free kick from right in front of the Alton bench. Ball on the way from Bauer into the box, back out of the box. Lady Redbirds trying to bring it back up. Pass up to Nacello. Nacello, nice job by Munoz there to take her off the ball for a moment. Now Claire Rindelman will have to come out, scoop that ball up as Nacello came in. And Rindelman will send it back out. Misses a couple of bodies and then heads into the Collinsville offensive zone. Nice sliding play over there by Liljegren for Collinsville to keep that ball alive for the Kahawks. And now here come the defensive core trying to work it on up to the midfielders who will work it up to do their jobs to the forwards. It's popped and then popped right back to where it came from. Boy, I tell you what, Faith Liljegren was going to get around the backside of her defender, and if that ball would have got over her head, she would have been by herself. Now Liljegren right in front of the box again will take care of it and send it backwards. Now back over to this side for Hensey. Destiny Johnson was in the box for a minute. Oh! Beautiful opportunity. Johnson with a nice cross pass to Michaela Chrisman, and Chrisman just mishit it. 22.5 to go here in this second half. We remain scoreless. We remain sucked in by clouds, but the rain has stopped. That's nice. Sent back out again by Cox on the goal kick restart, and Collinsville will come up with it at midfield. A couple of nice moves over there by Siverly. Now she'll get it up, but it'll be a handball. I believe that's what was called. Collinsville will get a free kick from midfield once again. on the way. In front of the box. Popped down by a header, and Voss gets it on her feet. Bauer pops it back into the box. And a bouncing ball stopped by Addison Miller before Chrisman can get there. Back to midfield. Sophie King sends it over onto the far side for Alton. And then back up into the Collinsville defense. Bauer will send it over to Siverly. Siverly sends the ball up, trying to find Liljegren. Liljegren got tugged on a little bit and got taken off the ball, then gets tripped up. And now we're going to have a whistle. And it's going to go against Collinsville. 20:45 left to play. Here in the second half, we are almost halfway through half number 2. Free kick from about 80 yards away. Alton Redbirds. Popped up, and Collinsville sends it back in. Over on the far side, sideline. That's where that ball stays and then ends up going out of bounds. And it'll belong to the Kahawks. Well, I'd like to tell you what we have coming up next week, but I'm not really sure we're going to be able to do anything. More rain in the forecast. I know that we do have track and field for you coming up Saturday. Nothing tomorrow. Even if they did reschedule some baseball and softball games for tomorrow, I don't think the fields would be dried enough for that to actually even happen. Play takes place on the far side sideline once again. So we are supposed to have baseball for you Monday, softball for you Tuesday, and of course we'll be here a week from tonight for the Edwardsville-Collinsville soccer game. And then next Saturday we were scheduled to have a doubleheader at Roxana, but that's been only taken down to one game, so we'll have that game for you, maybe. I might throw on another game to take that one's place so I don't have to make the drive all the way to Roxana. I do that because I like double headers because I can get 2 games done on the same day, but since they've taken it down to 1, I don't know if that would be worth it, especially since it's non-conference. I do have a couple of games in mind I might be able to put on. But that all depends on what happens from here on out because they will knock non-conference games off of the schedule to reschedule conference games because they're more important. We are still scoreless here, and we have 18:40 left to play here in this second half between Collinsville and Alton as Sarah Hensey sends that ball out of bounds on the sideline. Throw in. Upcoming here for Alton after we have some substitutions as Belusi comes back into the game for Collinsville. Throw in comes from Freer. That's a nice move by Destiny Johnson to take that ball away from Freer. She'll pop it into the offensive zone but sent right back out. And there is a nice play by Maria Voss to keep it ball alive. Now a nice pass over to Chrisman. Chrisman tries to center it, trying to find Liljegren. And Liljegren pushes her player down. There's going to be a call on that play. Trying to get a clean shot on goal, so she kind of pushed Zini from behind. Alton Lady Redbirds with a goal kick restart here once again. Once again handled by Cox. All the way out to midfield it goes. Here is Siverly getting around her defender. Now over here onto the near side sideline. Liljegren Baluli trying to chase it down and off of her and out of bounds. So the Alton Lady Redbirds will have a throw in here. As it is 8 o'clock here in the Midwest. Back in the day, it's 8 o'clock. Do you know where your children are? Because it's dark. Getting dark. Ball on this near side sideline. Collinsville takes care of it, trying to get a shot on goal. Here is Hensler. Hensler trying to kick the ball and accidentally kicked Sophie King instead. And it goes off of King, so Collinsville will have a throw in here on the near side. Off of Destiny Johnson, back to Hensler, into the box off of Liljegren. Liljegren trying to leave it for Baluli. Now a shot by Destiny Johnson gets popped up and ends up going across the end line. And it's off of a body, so Collinsville will have a corner kick here. Destiny Johnson retrieves the ball and will come over here on this near side corner for another corner kick for Collinsville. 16 minutes to go here in this second half. Here's the kick, and it comes all the way out the other side. Settles down. Alton, though, comes away with it, then off of a body. Alton still ends up with the ball. Now up that far side sideline. That is Grace Kane, who will send the ball past the Collinsville defense, but it'll roll all the way to Rendelman. She'll send it over onto the far side for Munoz. Munoz will send it up to Bauer in the middle of the field. Bauer moves her way up. Sends it over to this side now for Hensler. Hensler, she'll send the ball up the sideline, trying to find Destiny Johnson. Now it's a foot race between Johnson and Cox. And then the ball sent over the end line, and we're going to have another corner kick here for Collinsville. Cox and Johnson in a foot race. Cox won that, but her effort for getting to the ball first was putting it across the end line and giving Collinsville another corner kick. No one into the purple area for Collinsville. That one stays a little shorter, comes down onto the ground. Alton kicks it right out, comes to Hensler. Her shot blocked by the defense. Then over on the far side, Siverly trying to take over from there. Sends it back up into the middle for Hensey. Hensey will try to send one toward the goal, but another blocked shot. This one blocked out by Ufert. And now Kahok's trying to keep it in the offensive zone. They do. Liljegren has it bounce off of her and then back out front. And the Alton Redbirds will take over from there. Collinsville intercepts, sends it right back to where it came from. Here is Madison Miller out of net. And up to the front of the box to scoop that one up before Chrisman could get there. 14:20 left to play here in this second half. We remain scoreless, but Collinsville with some good chances here as the latter part of this half comes up. Out to Destiny Johnson, but she couldn't corral it long enough to make a move. Siverly trying to get it over to Baluli. Does so. Baluli will send it back to Hensler. Hensler gets tripped. Hensler gets tripped up. It'll be a free kick coming up here for Collinsville, but it's going to be about 100 yards away. Paige Bauer will take this kick. It's on the way and bounces right to midfield where the Alton Redbirds had to go off. And then a shot by the Alton Lady Redbirds hit the referee, and it bounces back into Collinsville's favor. Now over onto the far side. That ball is going to belong to Alton. Before they can do that, we'll have some substitutions for the Lady Redbirds. As Sophie King goes off. Grace Kane comes back in. Throw in comes right down at midfield and gets sent right back to where it came from. And then sent up into the Alton offensive zone, but Collinsville comes away with it and sends it up the sideline. Here is Destiny Johnson. Johnson trying to circle on the left wing, but Cox closes off some more room over there. And then Cox sends the ball all the way downfield where it's picked up by Munoz. Munoz over to Siverly on the sideline. Now back out toward the middle for Bauer. Bauer from the mid-court logo sends it up to Hensey, who finds Baluli. Baluli circles. Oh, got to take the ball with her, but there was some pressure being put on over there by Freer. And then the ball goes across the sideline where Collinsville will have another throw-in opportunity here as we approach 12 minutes to play in this second half. Hensler will throw the ball in. Comes down to Liljegren. Back to Hensler. She'll put a shot toward the goal, but it's going to go wide to the right. 11:45 left to play here in this second half. We are still scoreless. 0-0 tie with Triad last night with no overtime since it was a non-conference game, and Coach Deej said he got a game tomorrow, so let's not do overtime, but this is a conference game, so there will be overtime if need be. Ball ends up being pushed out of bounds, put there by Collinsville, so Grace Kane will throw the ball in here for the Alton Lady Redbirds. And here is Amy Patton. Sends the ball up, then tries to be a little traffic director. Now the ball ends up going out of bounds off of Alton's Maggie Evans, and now Collinsville will make a couple of player changes. Alton will make one more. Chrisman goes out. Baluli goes out for Collinsville. Tucker back in. And Summer back in for Collinsville. Ball here on the near side sideline, right below our location to Bauer. Bauer back to Munoz. Munoz will send the ball up to Siverly. Siverly. Excuse me, that is Hensey. Back to Munoz in front of her bench. She'll send it all the way back out to midfield, and Alton will head it back in to their offensive zone. Liljegren couldn't track that one down. 10 minutes to go here in this second half. We remain scoreless. It's going to be one of those games where either going to go to overtime or somebody's going to score really late, and the other team's not going to have a chance to come back. Cardinals losing 2-1 last check. Still 2-1. Washington trying to salvage the final game of that four-game series as Cardinals took the first three. Free kick coming up here for the Redbirds once again. This one from about 70 yards away. Cox, she has a leg. Sends it all the way up the sideline, and it's going to go all the way down across the end line, but last touch by Collinsville, so Alton's going to get a corner kick here. It's going to be Elena Nacello who will take this corner kick. I believe just the second one of the night for Alton. Nacello, ready to go. It's on the way. Short side, right in front, and headed just past the goal. Just a little bit wide left. Off of the head of Calista Cox. Here's Claire Rendelman. She'll put the ball back in play off of Siverly and then sent up by Collinsville, but it's going to be a foot race, and Destiny Johnson's not going to be able to get there before it crosses the line. Freer with another throw in here for Alton. She does so, but there is Voss to get in the way, but then off of the body of Hensler and out of bounds, so another throw in here for Alton. Oh, no, we're going to change that one up, huh? Wow. Okay. Faith Liljegren will go to the bench and get herself a little rest and some water for a moment. She'll be back in for that final push as Chrisman checks back in to take her place. Here is Destiny Johnson. Johnson works the ball up through the middle, puts on a couple of nice moves, but that third one was tipped out of the way by one of the Alton Lady Redbirds, and then off of the shins of Johnson. So a Alton throw in here from Freer with 7:20 left to play here in this second half. Siverly off of her head. Tucker trying to send the ball up. No luck there. Back to the defense for Alton. They'll send it right up through midfield. There is a nice job by Paige Bauer. Bauer sends it over to Hensler. Hensler will send it up the sideline trying to find Destiny Johnson. Johnson gets there and then gives it up. Now Siverly once again. Siverly has that ball kicked away from her. And Siverly will handle the inbound throw in. Chrisman got past her. Alton Lady Redbirds defense sends it up. Munoz Gets almost tripped up off the ball, but gets it right back. Sends it up into the middle. Picked up over there by Hensey. Hensey will send it back to the defense, and Munoz. Munoz will send it over to this side for Hensler. And then up the sideline for Destiny Johnson. Johnson to Siverly. Siverly trying to streak up this right side. Cuts it across toward the middle. Looking for Chrisman. Puts a shot toward the goal, and a bouncing ball picked up by Addison Miller. We remain scoreless. Let's thank the Junior Service Club of Collinsville. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all to go help the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event being sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, then click on the event tab, and I'll tell you everything that you need to know about the happenings and the sponsorships of the Collinsville Junior Service Club. One of our sponsors from day number 1 of Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com. Almost ready to finish up year number 8 on the Kahok Sports Network. How about that? Got started in 2011. Very first game, I believe, was volleyball. Was it? Did we do volleyball back then? Maybe it was boys soccer. Kahawks and the Alton Redbirds are locked in a 0-0 tie here, just under 5 minutes to go in this second half. Yeah, I think so. Here is Destiny Johnson with a little room, but once again, Cox is back there. Boy, she's a fantastic defender for these Alton Lady Redbirds. She'll bring it up and take some kicks, too, this time. It's a whistle. It's going to be a free kick against Collinsville, and it's going to happen right inside the midfield circle. It will be Paige Bauer. Right at the 40-yard line of the football field. It's on the way, and there's Cox once again. Kahawks trying to work it up and keep it up. There is Voss. We'll send the ball up to Tucker. We'll send it on back to the defense and Bauer. Bauer over onto the far side, and that one's sent up. Probably a little bit too far as Destiny Johnson tries to go for the chase down, but she's not going to get there in time, and that goes off of, the referee said it was tipped off of one of the Alton players, so Collinsville will get another a corner kick here. This one's going to take place from the far side corner, so it's going to go into what little wind there is with 3:20 left to play here in this second half. Ball on the way. Comes in front, off of a head and out the other side. And off of one of the Collinsville players. So a goal kick restart coming up here for Alton with 3 minutes to go here in this second half. Are we destined for overtime? We're about 2:50 away from finding out. Out to midfield it goes, off of the head of Maria Voss. Down, trying to pick it up was Tucker, but she couldn't settle the ball down. Now the Alton Lady Redbirds bring the ball up and get it past the initial wave of defenders and trying to thread the needle and find Grace Kane, but a little bit too far past her. Siverly circles right around Kane and comes up the near side sideline, banks a ball off of Bruno right onto the feet of Hensler. Hensler sends it up toward midfield, and Voss couldn't quite get it away. Back to Siverly it comes. Siverly tries to send the ball up and had a couple of players there vying for it, but sent right back out by the defense of the Alton Lady Redbirds. Under 2 minutes to go here in the second half. Freer throws the ball in for the Alton Lady Redbirds, and Munoz will send it right back out to midfield. Chrisman trying to settle the ball down, but it took a weird hop on her. And now back to Siverly. Siverly will find Voss. Voss tries to pop it up and find Destiny Johnson. She does so. Johnson gets around Fear, puts one in the middle for Chrisman. It gets past her, and then kicked out of the way before Faith Liljegren could get there and do anything with it by Eufert. Minute 15 left to play here in the second half. Here's a throw in by Liljegren to Bauer. Bauer leaves it over on the far side. Liljegren, she'll send it back into the middle, but no one there wearing purple. Back to Bauer it goes. Bauer sends it up into the box, and it's picked up by Addison Miller with 1 minute left to go here in this second half. Miller sends the ball out, but sends it out very shallow off of the body of Tucker. Tucker trying to vie for position there and couldn't do it. Only one Alton Lady Redbird back, 4 Lady Kahawks back for that particular defensive play. But the ball still comes into play, and there is Bauer right at midfield. Bauer sends it up. Here's Collinsville's last opportunity probably here in this half. It's sent up by Voss and then kicked right back out before Collinsville could mount any kind of a comeback. And then the ball gets past the Collinsville defense, but Hensler, she'll circle with it and send it back up this near side sideline where it'll go out of bounds, and that's probably going to do it. 10 seconds left, and the referee blows his whistle for a substitution. That's going to take off the rest of the time off the clock. So we will go to overtime here in this contest, and we'll do that in just a moment. We'll take a little bit of a break while they catch their breath and reset things here, and we'll be back with some more soccer action for you in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Sloan's Pub House in Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House is now into their second year of operation on Main Street in Uptown Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House offers daily lunch and dinner specials that feature homemade pizza, burgers, sandwiches, salads, and more. Sloan's Pub House offers a great variety of craft libations for you adults, as well as a great brunch on Saturdays and Sundays. Sloan's Pub House, 119 West Main Street in Collinsville. Call 855-9100 or online, sloanspubhouse.com. Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today, 618-344-2800, or on the Missouri side, 314-241-5253, or online, lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is a T3 certified tire center, and they can handle all of the basics, like oil changes and tune-ups, and the not-so-basic stuff, like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations, Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook. First National Bank of Waterloo. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo in O'Fallon for your mortgage and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, come see Bill Metzger at First National Bank of Waterloo. Call Bill at 618-632-1010 or visit him at 104 Regency Park in O'Fallon or online fnbwaterloo.com. That's my bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Pack Mail, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail, 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville, online, weshipstlouis.com, or call 346-4884. All Pro Tees is your place for custom apparel for your school, business, sports team, and more. All Pro Tees offers a variety of services and options, and they'll walk you through that process step by step. They pride themselves in being a local Collinsville business, and they specialize in helping their clients promote and grow that business, all with custom apparel. All Pro Tees right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or call 344-2200.
I'm a random windstorm. Shaky, 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 shaky. Shaky, shaky. And if you got cut rate insurance, you could be picking up this tab yourself. So get Allstate. You can save some cash and be better protected from mayhem like me.
Mayhem is everywhere. Are you in good hands? Call me, Mike Cluck with Allstate, for a quote today.
Todd Duke and Grace Kapinski on the camera tonight. Back with you as we are almost ready for a little overtime action here tonight. Two teams having a chance to catch their breath, get some water, talk about things for a couple minutes, and then back to action. So in case you are not familiar with overtime, it is 2 10-minute periods. If no one scores, you go to penalty kicks, so no golden goal, which means that is not the case where the first goal scored wins the game. So if someone scores here in this first 10 minutes, they'll have an opportunity to come back in the next 10 minutes. So we'll have at least another 20 minutes to play. If no one scores after that, then we will have a penalty kick phase to settle things. Regardless, we will have 20 more minutes of soccer to play. Setup stays the same. Addison Miller and Claire Rendelman in goal, but we'll switch ends once again. So Miller back to the goal to our left, Rendelman back to the goal to our right. And I don't have my clock reset to... See if we can get it down to 10 minutes real quick here. And we're underway. Over on the far sideline, ball goes across that sideline and put there by Alton. So a throw in for Collinsville as they try to work it back up to your left as you stare at your screen from whatever device you use. It gets that way, but the only one back there was Destiny Johnson and about 4 Alton defenders. Now Alton trying to move the ball up. They do so, but Collinsville puts it right back into midfield. Comes onto the foot of Liljegren, who finds Destiny Johnson, who then leaves it in the middle for Maria Voss, and then the Alton defense gets a hold of it and sends it all the way back down, and it'll be a throw-in from the far side for Bella Hensler. We did not have any stoppage of play in either one of those first halves. Collinsville trying to work the ball up. Alton trying to keep that from happening, which they have done thus far until they send the ball all the way across the field. And it'll be a throw-in here for the Kahoks. And then the ball ends up inadvertently going backwards. Nasello couldn't get there to do anything with it, so it's picked up by Rendelman. Rendelman will send us back out to a restart, back out to midfield. It comes on to the feet of Summer, who finds Liljegren, who then sends it into the middle, back to Bauer. Bauer will send it back to Munoz. Munoz will send it back over here to this sideline for Sydney Summer. Summer comes up the sideline, and a pass by Johnson, trying to find Liljegren. Liljegren stops the ball before it goes out of bounds, and then puts on a nice move to get around a defender. Gets it up to Destiny Johnson, and then Liljegren gets chipped up. No call on the play, and that ball is going to go back the other way. Referee explains why he blew the whistle to the three young ladies involved down there, Destiny Johnson, Michaela Chrisman, and Faith Lodgegren. It's going to be a free kick here for Cox. Cox will send it back up toward midfield on the sideline and then off of a body. And out of bounds. Look at that. Sideline guy played the ball instead of paying attention to what he was doing and probably got that call wrong. Comes down onto the feet of Hensler. He'll send it over here, and then it gets by. Munoz will take care of it for a split moment. Up to Rauscher, and her shot will bounce once before Rendelman will pick it up. Just under 7 to go here in this first 10-minute period. And out of bounds it goes. It'll belong to Alton. They'll throw it in immediately. Up that far sideline. Picked up by Bella Hensler and moved up, but Alton intercepts once again. Voss over there off of her. Right in front of the Alton bench. Redbirds will throw it back in. Far sideline is where play takes place, and here is Nacello, and she'll send it back into the midfielders area. And then a loose ball will go into the box just in the front corner. Picked up by Summer. Summer will send it up to Faith Liljegren. Liljegren will work it up this near sideline with a pass to Destiny Johnson. Johnson had the ball kicked off of her foot for a moment. She gets it right back and then sends it off of the body of one of the Alton players and out of bounds. Liljegren will just pick it up and throw it back in from there, trying to lead Destiny Johnson. Then a teammate takes out her own player, Freer. Got taken down by Zini on a shot. And then speaking of shot, Liljegren fires one, but that goes wide left. 5:40 left to go here in this first 10-minute stanza. And out to midfield it goes. Collinsville in front of their own bench. Alton will throw it in. Kahoks defensively sound all night long. Alton also a couple of amazing plays by Calista Cox for the Alton Lady Redbirds. Have probably kept Collinsville from being the first one to score a goal here in this game. 4:50 left to play here in this first 10-minute overtime period. And then a push down from behind. A whistle against Alton. Collinsville will get a free kick out of this, but this one is going to be from about 110 yards away. Up the far sideline. Not quite to midfield, but it's helped there after a couple of kicks by the Collinsville Lady Kahok players. Now out at midfield, Destiny Johnson trying to wrestle that ball away. She can't. Alton will send the ball up, but right into their own bench, so Bella Hensler will throw the ball in from there as we have 4 minutes left to go here in this first overtime period. Collinsville and Triad played to a 0-0 tie last night, so 4 halves of soccer with no goals being scored. Here's Alton. They cut across the middle, but blocked out nicely there by Munoz. And now over on the far side, Hensler will try to send the ball up. Well, she sends it right into the Alton bench. And Alton head coach Gwen Sabo had to show off her soccer skills there. Collinsville sends the ball up. Siverly trying to chase, Chrisman trying to chase it down. She does get there. Circles, and then gets taken down. And then all the way out to the midfield circle it goes, and Bauer will send it up, but there's another stop by the Alton defense. And sent all the way down. Munoz trying to chase it down to get there before Nacello. And Rendelman comes out and takes care of it. And now we are going to have a card issued, as I believe Nacello made body contact there with Claire Rendelman. So Nasello is going to have to go out. All it's going to do is end up being a free kick from Collinsville's defensive zone. .249 left to play here in this first overtime period. Can't contact the goalie. Accidentally, yes, but I believe that Nasello actually put her arm out and grabbed onto Rindleman's arm. Here's Faith Liljegren. She'll leave the ball down for Bauer. Bauer will work the ball up right through the middle of the field, and then she'll send a pass all the way down, but that one's going to be angled to the left, and it'll go out of bounds. 2:15 left to play here in this first overtime period. Freer will throw the ball in for Alton off of one of the Collinsville players. Now Johnson gets it up, but Faith Liljegren couldn't get there in time, and now we're going to have a foul called against Alton once again. Collinsville will have another free kick. This one's a little bit closer, about 45 yards away, and it'll be taken once again by Paige Bauer. 1:45 left to go in this first overtime. Bauer, she's ready. Sends it in, off of a head, popped up into the area, and there is Miller to jump up and grab that ball with both hands before it comes down for any body part of anyone wearing purple to put it toward the goal. Final minute 15 left to go here in this first overtime. Miller sends it out, pops it out to midfield. Lady Redbirds bring it up. Munoz trying to knock it out of harm's way. She does for a split moment, and then off of another body, and then a shot. That one's off of the crossbar of the football goalpost. Well, that was a rocket shot, but it had too much height on it. Rindleman will get us started once again with another goal kick restart with 40 seconds left to play here in this first overtime. Now, it'll just get sent across the end line. Another throw-in coming here for Alton. It'll be Rauscher. Rauscher. It ends up in the box, and Rindleman will pick it up and handle it. Kick it out with 15 seconds to go in this first overtime. Michaela Chrisman gets it up to Destiny Johnson. Johnson over on the far side. 7 seconds left. Into the box it goes, and it bounces right to Miller. And that is going to do it for overtime number 1. Overtime number 2 comes your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Sloan's Pub House in Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House is now into their second year of operation on Main Street in Uptown Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House offers daily lunch and dinner specials that feature homemade pizza, burgers, sandwiches, salads, and more. Sloan's Pub House offers a great variety of craft libations for you adults, as well as a great brunch on Saturdays and Sundays. Sloan's Pub House, 119 West Main Street in Collinsville. Call 855-9100 or online, sloanspubhouse.com. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is a T3 certified tire center, and they can handle all of the basics, like oil changes and tune-ups, and the not-so-basic stuff, like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations: Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook. Pack Mail, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail, 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call 346-4884.
I'm a random windstorm. Shaky, 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 shaky. Shaky, shaky. And if you got cut rate insurance, you could be picking up this tab yourself. So get Allstate. You can save some cash and be better protected from mayhem like me.
Mayhem is everywhere. Are you in good hands? Call me, Mike Cluck with Allstate, for a quote today.
All Pro Tees is your place for custom apparel for your school, business, sports team, and more. All Pro Tees offers a variety of services and options, and they'll walk you through that process step by step. They pride themselves in being a local Collinsville business, and they specialize in helping their clients promote and grow that business, all with custom apparel. All Pro Tees, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or call 344-2200.
Todd Duke and Grace Kapinski back with you. Overtime period number 2. About to get underway here between Alton and Collinsville. Scoreless after 90 minutes. And another 10 minutes to go. 100 minutes. Coming up, we switch ends again. Claire Rindelman will occupy the goal to our left. Addison Miller will occupy the goal to our right. Rindelman a senior, Miller a sophomore. Alton takes care of the restart. We are underway. Overtime number 2. Picked up by Rindelman. Rindelman sends the ball out to midfield. Popped straight up in the air. And if we can get somebody to score a goal in this period, we can avoid penalty kicks. But why should things change, right? We've already played 90 minutes of scoreless soccer, so why not another 10? Throw in by Collinsville. Far side sideline off of the back of the head of Destiny Johnson and up that sideline. Michaela Chrisman trying to chase it down. Kicked out of bounds by Alton, so another throw in, and that one sent right back to where it came from. Siverly. Yet another throw in. That one gets past the Collinsville offensive player, Michaela Chrisman, down there and sent back up by the defense for the Alton Lady Redbirds. But Collinsville's defense is up to the task as well. Here is Paige Bauer. She threads one into the middle for Hinsey, who pops it into the box area for Chrisman. Sends it over onto the far side for Faith Liljegren. And then a nice defensive play once again by the Alton Lady Redbirds. I was about to say Cox, but she's standing in front of her goalkeeper Miller, so that was not her this time. Throw in comes from the far side sideline. Comes down for Destiny Johnson. She gets taken off the ball, and the ball gets sent up that far side sideline by Alton. So Collinsville, after it goes out of bounds, will have another throw in here. They do so. Back down to Johnson, trying to get it back to Liljegren. She'll put it in front of the box, and it's sent right back out by the Alton defense, but there is Bauer to send it back up for Collinsville. That's a bouncing ball that's going to go across the end line. It'll be another goal kick restart here for Addison Miller. But she will roll the ball to Cox, and once again, Calista Cox, the senior for Alton, will send us back to action. 7:35 left to play in this second overtime. Up the sideline it goes and out of bounds. So Collinsville will have the throw in now. And it'll be Hensler who will throw it in and over the head of Chrisman. Right back to where it came from. Hensler sends it back into the middle. And she'll get it right back again, Will Hensler. She sends it up the sideline. That's off of an Alton player and out of bounds. So Michaela Chrisman will have a chance to throw it in. Coming up on 7 minutes to play here in this second overtime. Ball gets thrown into the box, and Alton will send it back out, but not very far right off the bat. A bank shot that comes off of Hinsey. She'll send it across the way. It comes out of the front of the box, and Faith Liljegren will slow it down a bit. She'll send one toward the goal, and it's a bouncing stop by Addison Miller. 6:40 to play here in this second overtime. Again, if we have no goals scored in this overtime, we will head to a penalty kick phase. Miller sends it back out to midfield. Voss got her feet on it for a moment. Now sent up and just off of the legs of Hensler, and Hensler gets it right back. She'll turn, sends it up, sideline. Faith Liljegren. Liljegren gets that ball kicked away from her and immediately throws one back in. Destiny Johnson got a little bit of a lead over her defender. She'll circle, wait for some help, send it up to Liljegren, who sends it up to Siverly. I don't think Liljegren saw it. I don't think Liljegren saw that ball. It went right in front of her, and by the time Siverly got there, she was already met by an Alton Lady Redbird. Now here is Siverly once again. Siverly will circle and give to Liljegren. Liljegren will give it to Johnson, and back to Liljegren it comes. On the near sideline, she'll send one into the middle of the box. Oh, Chrisman just couldn't quite get her leg on it. She was shadowed by a defender the whole way. And that's the second time this game that Chrisman has been right in the middle. All she needed to do was put a quality shot on, and it probably would have went in. But the first time she mishit it. Second time she got knocked off of it. 5 minutes to go here in this second overtime. Alton brings the ball up. Collinsville intercepts. Sends it right back toward midfield, but pushed back up by the Alton Lady Redbirds once again. We'll do a job of back and forth turnovers here. Lady Redbirds will have the ball in their possession. Throw in from between the two benches. And Collinsville comes away with it. They'll push it up that far sideline right in front of the Alton bench. It'll be sent out of bounds. And Chrisman with the throw in with 4:20 left to play here in this second overtime period. As we are into the 95th minute here, we are scoreless. That's a regulation game for World Cup, right? Professional soccer. Collinsville trying to wrestle the ball away. They can't do it. Comes out to midfield. Over here for Nasello. Nasello has 3 Kahok defenders back. Now Bauer joins the group. Nasello will send the ball up into the middle. It comes a little bit loose. And then just outside the box, a whistle. And it's going to be a free kick, I believe, for Alton from just outside of the box. Offset a little bit left. Nope, it's going to be a throw-in. Didn't call it. Here is Nasello. Nasello and Hensler battling it out. And the ball ends up going out of bounds. Now we're going to have a free kick just outside of the box. It'll be Nasello who will take it almost like a corner kick, probably about 20 yards more in from the corner. .245 left to play here in this second overtime. Here is Nasello. Ball on the way. And it's in. Alton scores. And it is, I've called her name all night, Calista Cox. Makes it 1-0 in favor of Alton. 2:31 left to play. 97-28. So now the Kahawks with their backs against the wall. And a goal kick restart coming up here for Alton, and they take their sweet time doing it, of course. 2:05 left to play here in this second overtime. Collinsville needs a tally, and they need one quick. And a whistle against Collinsville. And Maria Voss pleads her case. Slapped her hand, trying to make that point come across. And, of course, Cox is going to take her time, sending this one back into play. We're down to the final 90 seconds here in the 98th minute of this game. Ball ends up out of bounds. Alton will have a throw in here, and it'll be Freer who will take it. Now a whistle. Of course, Alton's going to make a player exchange. That slows things down. Why wouldn't you? Chess matches, kids. Chess matches on the sidelines. 1 minute left to go here in this second overtime. Here is Nacello trying to get around Munoz. Munoz keeps the ball alive and will send it across the sideline here with 45 seconds left to play. Here in this second overtime, Freer ready to throw it in. And across the sideline, Collinsville will get the ball back with 30 seconds left to play, and they have to drive the length of the field if they want to score the tying goal. Now a couple of bodies run into each other. Collinsville comes away with the ball. Here is Maria Voss. Voss sends it on up off of the foot of Morgan Rader. Rader trying to keep the ball in bounds but couldn't. And that just might do it. A throw in with 10 seconds left for Freer. Out to midfield. Excuse me. And then Freer gets the ball back and will send it up the sideline, and that will do it. Thank you very much there, Grace Kopinski, for taking care of my camera here tonight. Certainly do appreciate it. Final score, Alton wins this one 1-0 as we transition ourselves into the Chiropractic Works post-game show, brought to you by my friend Dr. Chris McCluskey at Chiropractic Works. His crew focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives all through chiropractic care and wellness. Visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, 410 Regency Center just off of the Beltline Road. Give him a call, 343-3602, or online, chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. Post-game show comes your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Hey guys, I'm Dr. Chris McCluskey, and I'm excited to be here talking to you about one of our favorite products that we offer to the practice members in our office. It's called Rico's Bioenergy Band. Now, over the last 15 years that I've been in health and wellness, we've been blessed to grow one of the busiest pediatric and family wellness centers in the United States, where we've helped tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of people. So today we're going to talk about Rico's Bioenergy Bands. It's a simple band that you wear around your wrist or your ankle. We even have dog bands. What the Bioenergy Band does, it helps you live a higher quality of life, which is exactly what my purpose in life is to help as many people live as high quality of life for as long as possible. So we're going to introduce to you Rico, the band, the science and technology. We're going to perform a test for y'all to show you how the product works.
I'm Rico with Rico's Bioenergy. I created Rico's Bioenergy wristbands. We've been around for around 7 years, and this company has grown to a $20 million company because we have a great product and it works.
Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today, 618 344-2800, or on the Missouri side, 314-241-5253, or online, lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future. To create your inheritance. To build your vision. To anticipate the known and unknown. And to find potential in both. And build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is a T3 certified tire center, and they can handle all of the basics, like oil changes and tune-ups, and the not-so-basic stuff, like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations: Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook. First National Bank of Waterloo. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo in O'Fallon for your mortgage and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, come see Bill Metzger at First National Bank of Waterloo. Call Bill at 618-632-1010 or visit him at 104 Regency Park in O'Fallon or online fnbwaterloo.com. That's my bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, and accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs, sauces, and they donate 25 cents of each unit sold to first responder and military organizations that focus on providing aid to the fallen, suicide prevention, and PTSD awareness. Stop on by, see the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place world champion Patriot sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at code3spices.com.
Hey guys, I'm Dr. Chris McCluskey, and I'm excited to be here talking to you about one of our favorite products that we offer to the practice members in our office. It's called Rico's Bioenergy Band. Now, over the last 15 years that I've been in health and wellness, we've been blessed to grow one of the busiest pediatric and family wellness centers in the United States, where we've helped tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of people. So today we're going to talk about Rico's Bioenergy Bands. It's a simple band that you wear around your wrist or your ankle. We even have dog bands. What the Bioenergy Band does, it helps you live a higher quality of life, which is exactly what my purpose in life is to help as many people live as high quality of life for as long as possible. So we're going to introduce to you Rico, the band, the science and technology. We're going to perform a test for y'all to show you how the product works.
I'm Rico with Rico's Bioenergy. I created Rico's Bioenergy wristbands. We've been around for around 7 years, and this company has grown to a $20 million company because we have a great product and it works.
And we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works post-game show here on the Kahoks Sports Network as Collinsville drops this one tonight by a final score of 1-0. And that took all the way to overtime. Matter of fact, we only had 2 minutes and 32 seconds left to go before we were going to head to the penalty kick phase. when Callista Cox, who has had a fantastic game here tonight for the Alton Lady Redbirds, scores a goal at the 97-28 mark to give the Alton Lady Redbirds the 1-0 overtime victory, and in the process, improve their overall record to 13-8. Who do I got here? Oh, okay. I can't tell a player without a number. So Alton improves to 13-8, 6-2 in conference play. Collinsville drops to 8-9-2 and 3-5 in conference play as Paige Bauer comes up and joins us on the post-game show. Tough loss, man. 1-0. I'll go all the way into overtime. But I liked the game that you guys played. Your defensive game was awesome. I thought you guys had more scoring chances than Alton did during the game, but man, sometimes just a one lucky bounce here or there, and it's over with.
Yeah, the past few games our defense has been picking up, and we've been playing great out of the back, building up, and then once we get into the final third, we get that target player, and we just can't do anything from there. We've been trying, and it's hard when we play a long 80 minutes of soccer, and then we can't put the ball in the back of the net, and they get one on us with like 3 minutes left. It's tough, yeah.
Yeah, you're a defender, and that goal was scored by a defender, Callista Cox, number 10 for the Alton Lady Redbirds. I was talking about her all night. She had one of those great games that defenders have every once in a while where you just play good, solid, sound defense, and then lo and behold, on a free kick, she got the piece of the ball that needed to be found and put in the back of the net.
Yeah, it was unfortunate because the one time she gets up in the box and we stopped them from getting a lot of corners. We had most of the corners and just some dumb fouls that we had here and there where they got some free kicks, dangerous balls, but it's just unfortunate that it happened, and especially at that time after we played a long game of soccer and we're exhausted and just wanted to win one for the seniors tonight.
Yeah, and Claire didn't have to make too many tough saves back there tonight. What did you see on that goal?
Well, when we were lining up for it, we were just talking about, I was telling all the girls that we need to be goal side. We need to step in front of the girls on Alton's team. And Faith told us, watch her. She pointed out Callista Cox and said, we need to watch her. And she just got through, and there was a gap between us, her and the player that was guarding her, and she just touched it right in. And, yeah.
Oh, that's tough. You guys are young, so you're resilient. You get over these things pretty quickly. And besides the fact you got 2 more games to play next week before the playoffs start.
Tough
games.
Yeah,
yeah, exactly. Tough games. So you can't stay down about these things because you got more work to do.
No, Coach tells us, he told us after the game, if there's any negatives we need to take away from it, it's us talking back to the refs. We're trying to work on that. We have some problems with that and keeping our mouth shut at times, but there's a lot of positives from the game that we can take away. Yeah.
Well, you guys have a game at O'Fallon on Tuesday, and then I'll see you back here on Thursday against Edwardsville, and then the playoffs start. You guys feel like you're getting the necessary work in, you're heading in the right direction, because what it all boils down to is you're not going to get a Southwestern Conference trophy out of this deal, so the next trophy you can get your hands on is a regional championship trophy. So are you heading in the right direction?
Yeah, I believe we are. At the beginning of the season, we were struggling defending-wise and figuring out our identity out of the back, like Coach Deej says. And we're starting to figure it out. The triad game, we shut them out, and our freshmen, Sydney Summer and Bella's stepped in, and we're just kind of moving people around, and it seems like everyone that goes back there, we're doing a great job. We just got to build up and go from there and got to put the ball in the back of the net. I mean, we've got people that are quick up top. We just got to finish.
All right, and I know for you, this is not going to be your first rodeo as far as the playoffs go. That's a lot of fun, isn't it?
Oh, my freshman year, I got to go to state for.
Well, yeah. that doesn't happen that often,
No, it does not. I was lucky.
You ask any rookie in any professional sport when their rookie year happened and they got to win a championship and then they never got to go back. Look at, I don't know, Dan Marino used to be a quarterback for the Miami Dolphins, made it to the Super Bowl his rookie year, never went back again after another 15, 17 years of playing.
Yeah, it was like the best experience. Faith and I still talk about it now.
All right. Well, thank you very much for coming up for the visit. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Paige Bauer, everyone, your Collinsville Lady Kahawks, as they fall tonight by a score of 1-0 in overtime. Matter of fact, it was almost done with overtime. We were almost headed to penalty kicks, about another 2 minutes and 32 seconds, and that's where we would have been. But alas, that does not happen. Final score 1-0 as the Alton Lady Redbirds defeat your Lady Kahawks. We are back on with you Saturday right here from this very stadium. We'll be here all day long. The Collinsville Invitational Boys Track and Field Meet. 32 teams will invade Kahok Stadium, and we'll have all the action for you on Saturday before we kind of reset things and go ahead with next week. We already know that games that were canceled this week are going to take place next week, and we'll just have to figure everything out. As always, just pay attention to the Facebook page, and we'll always inform you using that social media site. Big thank you to Coach Deach for taking time out in the pregame show. Big thank you to Paige Bauer, number 12 in your program for the Collinsville Kahawks, joining us on the postgame show. And a big thank you to Grace Kapinski for taking time to work my camera for me here tonight. JV wins 2-0, but the varsity girls lose by a score of 1-0. And until Saturday morning, my name is Todd Duke. Everyone have a fantastic evening.